giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Kling with Mediacom News Leaders. We're talking with Sam Gabriel right now, the Executive Director and Founder of Genesis Incorporated. And Sam, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Genesis Incorporated, how it got its start initially. You said you became a nonprofit in 2014, but your work started a few years before that.
Yes.
You were a soccer player at the time and saw a need.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. Back in 2009, before that, I went to Valley High School. Mm-hmm. I came here as an immigrant youth from Liberia, but through Ivory Coast. And growing up in central Iowa was, at the time, I believe I can argue that the Gabriel family was the first
to immigrate.
Yeah, first Liberian family here in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because when our host organization was Lutheran Social Services, mm-hmm. and they couldn't find Liberian family here in Des Moines, so they reached out to a family in Ames to kind of, to try to connect us together. Sure. And those families would come here like once every in a while to visit us. So that's how I always say we were the first family here. Yeah. But growing up here in Des Moines, I felt like I didn't have mentor. I was lacking a lot of stuff. I had parents who, my dad only stopped in third grade. My mom that were never educated. And coming from a refugee camp from Ivory Coast here to Des Moines, and not being competent with my grade level that I was put in. I was actually in fifth grade coming here to Iowa. But because of my age, I was put into seventh grade. And just imagine not having the tool, the resources, even the parents.
The support
to be able to be successful.
Like
yeah. And I really love playing soccer. Right now in Liberia, we have a world best soccer player who's now the president, George Weah. He had no educational background. He achieved the highest achievement in soccer, and now he's the president. He from a poor background, but I didn't have the opportunity here in Des Moines because of my background. I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the support.
And you saw other kids with that same situation as you got older.
Yeah, so fast forward, 2009, I was playing, but I seen the other kids in that same situation. So I had to reach out to them, and that's when I reached out to the younger guys, and I was like, hey, I know you love playing soccer. I can be your coach, but gather names, and I'll be your coach. At the time, most of them were caught up into ill activities, such as fighting against each other. When we meet to a park to play soccer, they'll fight, they'll vandalize each other's cars, just all kinds of different things. So I did not give them a deadline for that. So about 9 months later, there was a local tournament going on, and they wanted to take part in that, and they needed someone to guide them. And that's when they reached out to me in 2009. It was June of 2009.
So fast forward to 2018 then, and you have a fully functional nonprofit now serving these kids. Tell us about what your nonprofit does, what it offers to the community.
So there are low-income kids, immigrant youth. They are not traditional program are not typically. They're not easily attracted to those. It's not easy for you to attract them to those programs. But one thing I know just within my own life experience is if I like something, I'll go for it. So we use soccer and performing arts to engage those kids who are interested in those activities. And then when they come in to play soccer or learn how to sing and dance, then we teach them how to be good leaders. We mentor them, we tutor them, and try to teach them about positive behavior so that they can be successful in school, so that they can have better relationship with their teachers and also have better relationship with their parents. But yet we offer them what they love to do, which is singing and playing soccer.
So you have an opportunity for people to support the work that you are doing coming up on May 12th with a community celebration. Tell us about what this will involve.
Yeah, this is we have Genesis has a great team of board members, and when they find out that we have never ever had a fundraiser, the question is always asked, how do you make this happen, Sam? How do you make this? Sometimes it's just my own personal sacrifices. The parents have become very supportive because they believe in what Genesis is doing for their kids. They see that they have seen the changes in their homes and at school. So the parents also support that. But the board was like, we need to also find a way to get Genesis' name out there because you guys are doing a great job. So this is our first ever fundraiser event. And yes, it is intended to raise funds, but in my mind, because I like to think big, I like to tell my story, I like to share my culture with others. So personally, this event is to really like showcase Africa, showcase our culture, our way of life, fashion, and also the food. So we have the parents and some folks from the African community going to prepare some of the most authentic food that many people have not heard of or seen or tasted. So we're going to have those there. The performing art kids from our group, we have about 25 kids. They're going to be performing various songs and dance from Africa. It's going to be so great. And also, Genesis is going to be unveiling their first brand. So we are rebranding. We are in the process of rebranding. We have the GDMLI team has been working with us for the last several months, and Speak PR. So they're going to unveil our new brand. Wow. New logo and all of that, so it's very exciting.
So May 12th, mark your calendars. This is at East High School from 6 to 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
And for more information, people can log on to genesisinc.org. Sam, thanks so much for your time today. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Well, we've been talking with Sam Gabriel, the Executive Director and Founder for Genesis Incorporated. Join us next time on Mediacom News Leaders.